Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to Rahman Digital Production. This is lecture number 111th of mathematics, and we were discussing the volume and surface area of cylinders. In this regard, in the previous lectures, we did till question number 7. Today we are going to discuss question number 8. Let us first understand the question. The question is saying the figure shows a metal pipe of length 35 centimeter. The internal and external diameters of the pipe are 20 millimeter and 28 millimeter, as you can see that in the figure respectively. Find the volume of metal used in making the pipe, giving your answer in cubic centimeters. They given us two of the dimensions in millimeter, so we have to convert it to centimeter because they want us the answer in cubic centimeter. All the dimensions are with you, so let us get started to solve this question. First of all, we have to find external radius, so we have to divide this uh, 28 by 2. So external radius is equal to 28 divided by 2, and that is 14 centimeter, 14 millimeter I should say. And if we convert it to centimeter, we have to divide it by 10, because 1 centimeter contain 10 millimeters. So we are dividing it by 10, and as a result we will get 1.4. Now we have to find the internal radius. For this we have to divide 20 by 2, and we will get 10 centimeter, 10 millimeter, and then we are converting it to centimeter, and as we know that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. Now as we found the external and internal radii, now we have to find the volume of metal used. The volume of metal used, and that is in making the pipe. In making the pipe, we understand the formula that it is pi r square r. So we will use that is the external diameter. So I am writing external pi r square h. So external minus pi r square internal h. So if we are putting the values, we are having external as 1.4 and internal diameter as 1, and in both cases we are having the height as equal to 35. So we are simply inserting that 68.6 pi minus 35 pi will be the outcomes of these two. When we subtract these two from each other, we will get 33.6 pi, and when we insert the value of this pi and calculate it, we will get 106 centimeter cube to the three significant figures. Now let us do question number 9, and first we have to understand the question. There is no figure given in this regard. A copper cylinder rod of diameter 14 centimeter and length 47 centimeter is melted. Remember, a copper cylinder rod of diameter 14 centimeter and length 47 centimeter is melted and recast into a wire of diameter 8 millimeter. In the first case, they given us the dimensions in centimeter, while in the second case, after the recasting into a wire, the diameter is given 8 millimeters. So you have to keep in mind the dimensions centimeters and millimeters. What they want us to find the length of the wire, giving your answer in meters. This is very important. So we have to convert all the dimensions, whether it is in millimeter or in centimeters, to meters. So let's get started. First we have to find base radius. So base radius of the copper cylinder and that is given is equal to 14. So we have to divide it by 2 to get the radius, because radius is the half of diameter. So volume of the copper cylinder, volume of the copper cylinder, we are having all the values, so that is pi r square h, and simply we have to put the values inside it. Pi and 7 square and 47, all these values are given to us. So when we calculate it, we will get 2303 pi. We are not putting the value of pi right now. When this cylinder is melted and recasted, so we have to find the length, because we don't know in advance the length of the wire. So we are saying let the length of wire be L, and we have to find the value of L. So now we have to find the base radius, because the diameter of the recasted wire is given to us, and that is 8. So we are going to divide 8 by 2 and we will get 4 millimeter, which is 0.4 centimeter. We are restricting ourselves right now to centimeter, but the end we will convert all these centimeters into meters. Now we found the radius, so let us find the volume of the wire, and that is equal to pi and 0.4 whole square and L, because we don't know the value of L. So it means that 0.4 square into L is equal to 2303. That is the volume. and that is also given. So from these values we can find the value of L 2303 divided by 0.16, and as a result we will get 14,400 centimeter, and then we have to divide it by 1000, so that will be 144 meter. And that's it for this question. Now let us turn our focus to question number 10. First we have to understand the question, because understanding the question very well is half of the solution. A pipe of diameter 2.4 centimeter. So we have to find the radius. So let us find the base radius, and that is equal to 2.4 into 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1.2 centimeter. That is the first part. Uh, discharges water at a rate of 2.8 meter per second. So we have to find the value of water in 1 second. They given us 280 centimeter in 1 second. So we have to find the volume. We have to find in 1 second the volume of water discharge. The volume of water discharge will be equal to pi r square h. We have all the values. So 1.2 whole square into 280, and that will be equal to 403.2 pi centimeter cube, and that will be equal to 2,280,000 centimeter cube, and that will be 2,280 liters. So this much of water will be flowing, a discharge in half an hour. So this was the whole story about question number 10. Now let us do question number 11. And question number 11 is saying a pipe of diameter 64 millimeter. Our first job is to find the base radius from this given diameter. So I am writing base radius of the pipe, and they given us 64. So we have to divide it by 2, and we will get 32 millimeter. Let's move further. Discharges water at a rate of 2.05 millimeter per second into an empty cylindrical tank of diameter 6.6 centimeter and height 2.3 meter. So we are writing that in 1 second volume of water discharge, volume of water discharge is equal to volume of the pipe volume of the pipe of length 2.05 millimeter is equal to pi r square h, and we are simply inserting the values. So I am writing 2.05, and as a result we will get 2099.2 pi millimeter cube. Okay, now moving further and solving the second part of the question, and for that we have to find the base radius of the cylindrical tank. Because the water discharge from the pipe is going directly to a cylindrical tank of diameter 7.6, so we have to divide it by 2 and we will get 38 centimeter and 3.8 centimeter and 38 millimeter. Base radius is 2.3 meter is equal to 230 centimeter, which is equal to 2300 millimeter. Volume of the cylindrical tank. Volume of the cylindrical tank is equal to what we will have pi r square h, and in this case we are going to insert the found value 38 of the radius taking square, and h is 2300. We found it here. So when we calculate it, we will get 3.32120 pi centimeter cube. Now we have to find the time required, so we have to write time required to fill the tank, and that will be equal to this value we found divided by the other 2099 by this value. So we are writing 3321200 pi. We not inserted the value of the pi for a purpose because we can cancel it here. So why we put the value here? I am cancelling this value, and when we calculate it, 1582 whole 83 over 656 seconds will be the answer. So if we are converting it to a minute, so that will be equal to 26 minutes. So that is the time the cylinder to be filled by the discharge water, and that is 26 millimeter. We got the answer in second, but we have to convert it into what we have to convert it into the minutes, and you know that converting the minutes, the seconds into minutes, we have to divide that by the 60. So 26 minutes is the final answer. Hope that you have learned something from this lecture. Thank you very much for your time. Allah Hafiz.